LinkedIn Live. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I certainly am. Subject of the day, how to make inbound so valuable to outbound. And let me go into a little bit of detail and bring a little bit of context. Couple basic principles that are easy to appreciate because they're fundamental and universal is that it's better to do things with people who are familiar to you than strangers to you. It's better to respond to somebody who's already taken time, thought, and interest in supporting or reaching out to you. And most people, they're a little bit limited in what they choose to appreciate on LinkedIn because they're so used to posting if they do that and commenting if they do that, and both of those if they do that well. So let me share my screen and I'll show you basically, how to take advantage of hidden assets that you're not fully aware of or taking advantage of at the present time. So I've shared my screen. Okay, I've shared my screen, and basically what you see is my LinkedIn profile. Now, typically, people will look at their activity each day. So let's say I go to my posts, and then most people would look at, let's just see, 15 comments. So they would look at the comments, and I haven't really responded, but here's the comments from yesterday's post. And these are great people. And, it's easy to respond to them. And most of the time, you believe that you have accomplished what you needed to. But in essence, where you also need to go is areas where people have responded to you and you're not aware of. And one of the best places is profile views. So, it's you could see who looked at your profile. You got Sean and Vito and all these people, and it goes and goes and goes forever and ever. And these are people that took some time, took some effort, and took some interest and stopped and looked at you. And they would only look at you if they knew to look at you, which means they saw something that you did, heard about you from someone else. But anyways, they're people who it's so easy to reach back to say, let's just look at Sean, right? Never met the gentleman. He's right here in town. He's in global sales, has 2,600 followers. He looks like a really quality connection. And based on that, I could just go to message, right? And, and he actually looked at our, me and Mike Weiss's LinkTank. So that's cool. So now I could write to him and say, "Hi, Sean. Thanks for interacting with me on LinkedIn. Happy to have a Zoom to share insights. Please choose a convenient time. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'll get back to Sean. And the other thing you have to look at is how to use polls. And I use a poll almost every post I'll show you. And in the poll, so let's go to a poll. Let's go to a really cool poll. We have to go to post. So we're at post. Okay, so let's just go. Did too much going. And let me go to a poll. Well, this guy got a lot of traction. But you can see how active I am and how prodigious I am in producing stuff. Wow, this never ends. Anyways, let me. Yeah, I guess we're dealing with the same thing. So, anyways, the key is what I'm trying to project here is people who go to your profile, people who answer your polls, people who comment on your post, people that tag you. Anything someone's done for you is a better opportunity for outbound than someone who's done nothing with you. And what's really cool that I really started to focus on this week, and there's so much nuance and so many facets to LinkedIn that you forget what you did because you're so busy doing and planning on what you're going to do. So I went back to messages and looked at, the time frame from the time I introduced myself or connected with somebody on LinkedIn to the time that we actually collaborated on something. And a lot of times it was a year and a half of messages or missed calls or whatever it was that got to that point. So it puts that in perspective. So I went back to my messages and looked at who had the longest trail of messages and what was the history of it and where are we now. And too many people just keep looking for new and they forget what they already have built goodwill about and can tap into it. And that's what I've been doing. And it's amazing how many people are responding to different opportunities that either weren't available back when we talked, or they weren't, or I wasn't in a position to do something. So it's really timing and positioning. When people say no, it's not a personal thing, it's a situational thing. So if you learn that and you decide, hey, this is a quality individual, this is a person I could learn from, this is a person I could earn with, right? Then don't forget about them. They're not that, available. And if you already build goodwill, why don't you use it? Why try and find a stranger and build some goodwill somehow? Time's not on your side when you start doing things like that. So, anyways, what you could do, and hopefully you do it, is go out there and see who's been doing what for you and with you without you being able to recognize them, because LinkedIn's a reciprocal opportunity. If you stop giving, you stop getting. And if you stop giving, you're just it's like going up a down escalator, LinkedIn. Either you build momentum or you're out of the game. Because if someone does something for you and you don't respond and they do it a couple times, you're replaced, no matter how much you did before. So yesterday's important from what you learn and what you can use going forward. But it's actually gravity on LinkedIn that if you're not moving faster, you're coming down. So with that, look at who's been doing what. And then when you're done with that, the outbound then goes to who do you really admire? Who would you like to work with? And at the end of the day, what value do you bring? Because nobody's going to be there to help you without helping themselves, as a general rule. How do you really be successful on LinkedIn? Get with people who are doing the right thing the right way with the right people and showing the right results. And that's what I'm using really with, my new game plan promotion, which is on the screen, which is unbelievable. And if you're interested, go to doncohenconsulting.com and check it out. So, love to have you on the show. Uh, Appreciate all your feedback. Share this wherever you can to whoever you think deserves and needs this. And I'll look forward to talking with you tomorrow. I'm doing this every day. And then I'm doing Tuesdays and Fridays with Mike Weiss on our LinkTank show. And we've got a membership group for that that's really outstanding and a price I can't even mention. So enjoy your rest of the day. If I can help you in any way, I'm always looking to lend a hand.